What is up, guys? Welcome back to Kyle's Big Board, presented by the Straight Facts Podcast, a series where we take a topic, we rank it, and we count it down. I'm joined today by James Jackson here, so I'm going to rank, and he's going to react to my rankings. And all in all, we're going to get a pretty clear breakdown of our topic. Before we get started, James, how we feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I love being a guest on the big boards, I'll say, because the way you break it down, I get to react to it, and we get into another one. So go ahead, man. What's going on?
I'm sure we're going to butt heads
Yeah, let's go.
little bit today. So today's topic is actually going to be the NFC East ahead of the 2021 season. We're going to actually do one of these videos for every division. So be on the lookout for 8 of these videos in total and to get you guys ready for the NFL season. Before we get started, the question of the day is who's going to win the NFC East? I want to drop your guys' comments in the comment section below. And James, to kick off the video, I'm going to ask the same question to you. Who is going to win the NFC East this season?
I'll make it quick so we can leave room for your breakdown. On paper, you really want to say the Cowboys, and that's a big if. If Dak is healthy, he runs into the Bucs week 1, so we're gonna rough him up for y'all a little bit. But actually, who I think is gonna come out at the end as winners when the Cowboys do eventually collapse in like mid-December is the Washington football team. And if they can get majority of a season of Fitzmagic, I think they have the defense and the weapons around him to really win the NFC East. And at some point, it's going to be up for grabs, and they're going to take it. Riverboat Ron for NFC East chip again.
All right, word. Well, we can get into my rankings. We're going to go 4 through 1. So, again, to me, I see another NFC beast, like the meme, incoming again. Like, I don't think this division is going to be good. But number 4, I think the worst team in the division is going to be the Giants. They were the 31st ranked offense from last year. They get Saquon back, and they also had Kenny Golladay. But I refuse to buy into a team that has Daniel Jones as their quarterback. They only had 17 points per game last season, and I don't see that jumping significantly enough to win them games. I mean, they don't have a top defense. The O-line is still terrible. And I think while this division's not going to be very good, I don't even see the upside for the Giants where I see the potential of other teams to, be better than expected. So I have the Giants at number 4.
Yeah, that last part is really crucial why they're number 4. Maybe their upside is the least of any upside of the NFC East teams. But I know why you put the Giants at 4 because you don't want somebody else to be at 4. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. Well, 3. Obviously, I'm a Philly fan, but I'll calm it down. The Eagles, I got at 3. They were the worst team in the division last year, but I think they're the biggest question mark of the division. Obviously, going into the season, their whole offensive core is different than last year. Obviously, no Wentz. We were looking at Alshon Jeffrey last year. He's out of the picture. We have a whole new receiving core. And they made some moves defensively. They picked up Anthony Harris and Steven Nelson. I think the defense is going to keep them in games, and whether they win or not is going to come down to the offense. Obviously, one of the youngest offenses in the league. The quarterback and all 3 of the top wide receivers are either first or second-year players. So if the Eagles start 0-4, I'm not surprised. This team is going to grow over the course of the season. I'm expecting 6 or 7 wins. But with the upside of maybe 10 wins if everything clicks.
Oh my God! I'm talking about best case scenario is 10 wins.
Ceiling. When you're ranking ceiling, right?
Oh my God! Best case scenario, they're probably a 6 to 7 win team with that extra game. And there's so many question marks, and one of the biggest I think is Nick Sirianni.
Yes.
You really got to see how he performs in the regular season, just like everybody else that's new. But so many question marks for the Eagles.
I want to ask you, how are you rating Hurts? We see people on total opposite spectrums on Jalen Hurts. We saw, was it Chris Sims didn't even have him as a top 40 quarterback, and then we have other guys that are seeing the potential. What do you think about Hurts going into the season?
I'm rating the attitude and the mindset because we've seen him go through adversity. I'm not looking for him to set the world on fire, and I don't think he's going to in terms of his numbers. I don't think he'll turn the ball over, so I don't think you got to worry about that. But I don't expect 350 yards and 3 touchdowns each game. But I expect like a winning mentality. Like he's going to go out on the field and expect to win each game regardless of what the Eagles record looks like. And that's how I'm judging Jalen Hurts because you can rally behind that if you're a team.
Facts. All right. So let's move into the top 2. Clearly it's going to be the Cowboys and the football team we're looking at. I think a lot of people are thinking that way. For me, number 2, I got Washington. I think they are one of the most underrated teams in the league currently, as in no one's really talking about them, but they still have a lot to prove. Defensively, I think we're looking at a top 5 unit, no doubt. And on the offensive side of the ball, I see a lot of talent. Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas. These are all guys that have shown flashes of being elite players. And Washington's season is really going to depend on if these guys reach that next level. Now, I think Terry McLaurin is probably there. I don't think he's as big as a question mark, but I could see, Logan Thomas just being an any tight end. There's a lot of any tight ends in the league. And then I can see Antonio Gibson maybe just being a decent back. So I'm interested to see what it looks like with Ryan Fitzpatrick. But to me, man, watching this division, growing up, seeing all this, it's tough for me to buy into Washington being this best team in the division when I've never seen that in my life, and they are still so young and unproven. So I'm gonna
Right.
have them at 2.
You may have never seen Washington as the best team in division, but you've seen them win the division when others failed to. Last year,
Mm-hmm.
they won a division,
Yep.
snuck up and won it. RG3's rookie year, same kind of thing where they shouldn't have won a division, took advantage of everyone who was sleeping, and they got that chance to do it again this year. And they're definitely a team that's going to be anchored by their defense. And I think the best case scenario is if you get like 1,200 yards from Terry McLaurin and 1,100, 1,200 from Antonio Gibson too, then you're looking at an NFC East champion. Like that's that next level.
Yeah, I think Fitzpatrick's a serviceable quarterback.
Mm.
I just obviously this team would have wanted Aaron Rodgers if that went down differently. Deshaun Watson they were looking at, and you end up with Fitzpatrick. So they have a lot to prove overall. That's what I think with this Washington team. But we will move to number 1. By now, you guys know that is the Dallas Cowboys. And my reason is I think they have one of the best offensive attacks in the league. I mean, we just talked about how Washington stole the division last year. Well, if Dak Prescott didn't get hurt, I don't think there was any way the Cowboys weren't going to win that division, right? It would have been no problem. So their wide receiving core, huge threat to all secondaries. We're talking Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and a year 2 CD Lamb, which, by the way, is when a lot of guys have a huge jump. He was already good last year. And then, of course, Zeke's still in the backfield. And while he may have taken a step back last season, I don't see Zeke as another, Todd Gurley situation. Maybe he won't be a top 3 running back in the league this year, but he's still a top 10 running back, no doubt, in my mind. So the Cowboys' defense is going to be the X factor. Can they keep points off the board? Because last year they couldn't. The Cowboys lost 2 games last year when they scored 40 points, and they still almost won the division. So I think they are the team to beat in the division. But as I said, I expect it to be another year of the NFC East being subpar, and wouldn't be surprised if any of these 4 teams have a shot when it comes to Week 18.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you have to put the Cowboys 1 to win the NFC East just on paper. Like they give the benefit of having no tape on them this season. They just have the most talent from top to bottom on their roster. Now, we all reserve the right for weeks 5 and week 6 to turn it when people don't don't start to perform. But right now, when it's before the season, preseason, I'm with you, man. The Cowboys probably number 1. I'm not surprised.
All right. Well, that is it. So we went Giants 4, Eagles 3, Washington 2, Cowboys 1. As I said in the intro, we're doing 8 of these things. Me and James are going to be here breaking down every division. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're seeing this video early, hit the subscribe button. Get notified when those other videos come out. And if you're seeing it late, click on the channel. Well, still hit the subscribe button.
All right.
But we got all those 8 videos out. Go check them out and get ready for the NFL season. But that is it for me, for my man, James Jackson. Hope you guys are getting buckets. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.